Where do you think people spend a lot of time that you wish they would dedicate elsewhere?
One of the biggest things that I see people kind of struggle with, in the CRM struggle, given the tools that they have available to them, is maybe indexing a little bit too much on the data side of the database. Now, having the metrics, the stats, that's all important. One of the goals of the CRM as your assistant is to surface who are the high potential leads worthy of your time and effort, who's most likely to move forward through your pipeline. But in talking with customers or when we get feedback from the launches that we do, sometimes you have some folks that are drilling down into one particular stat or one particular number that's not the thing that's really moving their business forward. It's something maybe they built some operational workflows around for how they determine lead priorities, but it's not as important as when you take a step back and you look at kind of numbers in aggregate. You try to get the bigger picture. It's like trying to zero in on an individual brush stroke as opposed to taking a half step back and seeing how all the strokes come together to form an image. So for example, we have recently launched a new feature at Real Geeks called the lead feed. And the first version is a foundation that we're laying for this new mission control experience within the Real Geeks CRM. We've got a lot of really cool plans for that. But around that launch, we had some vocal feedback about things that people felt, oh, well, you're telling me what you see as a priority lead, but I look for this number, or I look for this particular lead activity. I want this. And, when we talk with people and we're sussing out, what are the features that we need to build? Where are the greatest areas of opportunity for us to add value? We don't always, translate requests directly into feature. We try to look at, what's the value? What's the real why behind this ask? Yeah. And, the single biggest question that we get on the CRM side after people have moved past, the website and the lead generation of how can I get more leads, it's how do I know which leads to focus on? How do I know who are my priorities? And so we try to build the tools and the features to help people know, hey, if you're going to call just one person today, you should be calling a lot more than that. But if you were going to call just one person today, make it this one, or make it, one from this group. And it might not be representative of the specific stat that you're used to working around, but we try to group all together of who's engaging with communications, who's active on your site, who's a repeat website visitor. Are they favoriting properties? Have they sent you a message? You were asking about stats and some of the usage numbers we look at. It is shocking to see the number of leads across all systems who have sent an inquiry of some type that goes unanswered. We call that, it's labeled the awaiting response category on our lead feed, but I like to think of that as like the silver platter category. These are people that are asking you to contact them, the ones that have sent an email or a text or a property inquiry of some sort. And we're doing some fine tuning to really make sure that that's the cream of the crop. And as time goes on, we're going to continue to fine tune our algorithms and introduce some of this AI that's going to be giving more detailed lead summaries and recommendations. But the point is, we're trying to look at what's going to help you on the whole, like give you that full picture and not just one number that by itself isn't really the thing that's going to scale your growth in your business.
You have teed me up for the perfect next question, which is, you have a view of the future, right? Because you have seen and worked on, been part of the Real Geeks, product roadmap. So when you think about new features that are coming down the pipe, what are you most excited about?
I have a lot of things that I'm very excited about. Like I say, going back in the vein of feature requests, we get a lot of requests constantly, and a lot of them are really great. And we look for the best way to execute on that. and thinking of answering those big questions that we get behind the request of, well, how do I know which leads to focus on? Beyond that, the questions tend to be, how do I know what to say to these people? How do I help them progress, towards transaction? A lot of things I'm excited about are going to continue to address those questions of showing lead priority and what are the recommended next steps of this is what to say, when to say it. And it's, sometimes some of the questions that we get from agents are, oh, well, are all these features just trying to do my job for me or tell me how to do my job? And it's not that at all. It's meant to be a teammate there for you to support you. The three pillars that we're building our AI tools on are, one, to do it for me. Let the assistant take care of the repetitive tasks, the bookkeeping, the initial nurture outreach, trying to go through and play the numbers game for you of getting somebody to hop on the phone with you. Then there's the tell me what you did, provide transparency and clarity for how we're helping to support your business through the things that we're doing for you. And then the third is kind of, show me what's next. Tell me my part in this. The AI nurtures a lead, gets them ready to talk on the phone with you. But then you come in and just like agents tell us all the time, hey, I'm a people person. That's where I shine. It's in the relationships. We'll get you ready to start that relationship, to bring your expertise. Is not something any machine or automation could ever replace, is that human interaction that you're going to bring with your expertise to talking with that person. I have had my own experiences in home buying, working with an amazing real estate agent who listened to me, went out, helped me find this home that I'm in right now. The agent found because she listened to my needs. And even though I had done my searches and I said, I want to see this property and that listing and let's go tour here. She was able to parse together what I was really looking for, and using her relationships in the community, was able to find a listing that hadn't been published yet. And, that's, maybe a little bit of a special circumstance perhaps, but I think it's illustrative of what the person brings to the process. So the AI, the automations, the tools that we build are meant to get you to that point, and then you bring you. And that's really where the value is going to add. And you're going to work together with these tools to drive more success than you can even picture right now. That's been one of the other exciting things to see with these projects, as we've been going through creating things like the lead feed that do a lot of the background analysis of what are people looking at on their websites and identifying these high potential leads. For as much as people might say, oh, it's kind of tough in real estate for the last little bit, there were so many people out there doing searches, and it's more than just, the tire kickers or the people that like to go on and dream of, what could a home look like? Think people that are actively doing searches with the intent of making a purchase, of going someplace new, of taking a new adventure, of wanting to list their home and go someplace different, start another chapter in their life. There are lots of people out there engaging, and they're ready for the agents. And so to bring that back, with the tools and the features that we're building, it's meant to support that growth. Like you can't replace the person, and we don't want to. Like our job is to help enhance what makes the agents great by helping them focus on this is who and this is when, and here's some suggestions for how to approach that.